Number three, domain three, improved and equitable opportunity for healthy choices and environments. So I want to just briefly highlight ciclovia and open streets. This started in Bogota, Colombia 30 years ago, where they closed down 70 miles of streets to traffic and opened them for people every Sunday and holiday. The initial goal of this was equity, because something like 80% of people in Bogota don't have cars. And they said, you spend all this money on roads, we can't use them. So they said, fine, we'll let you use the roads. And there's already been wide dissemination in the US. But in the US, they tend not to be 70 miles, they tend to be 2 miles or 7 miles. And they're not every week, they're 2 or 3 times a year. So there's a lot more we could do. So this is what it looks like. You get a lot of people on bikes, you get kids, you get dogs, you get families, you get scooters, you get a lot of movement. You get a lot of movement. The top is Bogota. They might get 1 million people a day coming out. The bottom pictures are from Guadalajara, where Sharon Rorty and I got to enjoy this, and they get, I forget, hundreds of thousands of people coming out every week. And so here's an evaluation that was in American Journal of Public Health a few years ago. Let me just point out a few things. So the ciclovia participants reported a higher perception of safety about traffic and crime, more social capital than did, those in ciclovias really felt a stronger connection to their community. And also what they found is that the ciclovia participants, the last sentence, reported living in middle SES categories, had low to middle education attainment, and did not own cars. So these are people that don't have a lot of other options for physical activity, and they come out in droves to enjoy activity. Okay, let's go back. Here's an interesting one. I found this one fascinating. Going back to South Africa, they call it the Bicycle Empowerment Network. In U.S., there's, I would say, I get a lot of lack of enthusiasm about the potential for bicycle use to be useful to low-income communities. Well, let's look at what they're doing in South Africa. They see bicycles as alleviating poverty through the promotion of bicycle use to improve health and mobility at the same time. And so what they do is they import bicycles that are no longer used in high-income countries, and they give them to people, the low-income people in South Africa. And so this provides them more mobility. And then they plan and introduce user paths and integrated networks of cycling so they have safe places to ride. So they're not just sacrificial lambs out on the street.